True story. Great accomplishments only come with great risk. One time I was asked to record the audio for a live concert DVD. There was 3 bands. They were all going to be playing their concert sets in one evening with a live audience. I'd never done anything like this before in my life. And so when I got the call from the producer, I was, well, literally terrified. And the first thought was like, I can't do this. This is way bigger than me, way bigger than me. And this little voice said, don't say no, just hold off. And so I fought everything within me to not say no to this guy and refer him to someone who I thought would do just a great job of it. And this little voice said, how does anybody else do anything great if they don't step into something that forces them to be great? And so I took on this task. And so I basically took this rack of gear back here. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a Presonus Digimax in the top. I use that for drums. I set it for the loudest drummer of the 3 bands and left it. I figured, okay, I don't want anything to clip, so I just left that. I ran the 2 DigiPres programmed for all the gain stages of each individual band. And so I just set those so that they would recall with Pro Tools, and then they'd be set for that group when they came on. And so here's the twist to this, is I knew I was the weakest link in the whole thing. And they had hired the video producer, David Brainerd from Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, flew him up to Fort Saskatchewan, Canada. And hired, I think it was Cine. I can't remember the name of the production company, but they had they had a Steadicam. They had, a whole team of guys. They had the whole boom, what's it called? Like that, the boom cam, whatever that is. They had multiple cameras set up. This thing was tens of thousands of dollars to do this production. And so I knew I was the weak link. And so I was trying to make sure I had all my ducks in a row, didn't want any errors, any mistakes, but I needed 24 tracks. And so my bottom interface there, these only have the 8-channel cards. So the bottom interface was goofing up on me. So I thought, okay, I'm going to rent one for this thing. So I have 24 tracks in. So I go to this, maybe I won't say the name of the business that I rented from, just to protect them. But I went in, said, confirmed ahead of time. They had these 192s that I used. So I said, okay, I just want to rent 192. Well, I get there and they had 4 or 5 of them. And the guy pulls this one out of the rack that looks like the worst shape condition. Looked like it'd been drugged behind a truck, literally. And I looked at him and went, does this thing work? And he kind of snaps at me and says, well, of course it works. We test everything here. Everything works. It's fine. And I was like, okay. I just, it looks pretty beat up. I mean, I saw these other ones that looked brand new, right? And so I take this thing. We set up. All the bands are sound checking. We got the live audio engineer in the front of house. I'm doing the feed. And we're recording all of this. And all of a sudden, this one interface that I rented just clicks off, dies right in the middle of a sound check. Yeah, you're thinking the same thing. I was just literally started sweating, sick to my stomach instantly. I let the producer who hired me, the main guy, I let him know, and he said, okay, grab my vehicle, just bolt, head in and grab a different one. So I go in, meet up with this guy, and I said, this thing died, right? This is so mission critical. And so he was mortified. He apologized, as rightfully should, and sent me off with another one. I got back in time, finished sound checking, and basically just barely made it under the wire for starting time. All the people were showing up, to all the audience was going to be there. But you know what? We made it through everything. Everything turned out great. And in the end, it was like one of the coolest events that I'd ever done. And so I'll see if I can post a video. I made a little, just a handy cam video of an old, like off my old SD recorder. And I'll see if I can post that as well. But basically, that event changed my life because I thought, okay, greatness comes with great risk. How can I do anything great if I don't step out and allow myself to learn? And that was a learning process. I mean, I knew Pro Tools, I knew all what I needed to know, but just, I mean, taking a feed from, all the working with all these other the video guys and the front of house audio guy, making sure everything was working correctly. It was awesome, and these guys were great, and they were so gracious to me. And so, if you have something that you're really maybe holding back on or hesitating to do, really just put yourself out there and grow. And I mean, do your research, be prepared for it, know your own limitations as well. But at the same time, just step out into greatness and take the risk that you need. And the reward is there. So be encouraged today. I hope this inspires you. And we'll see you in the next one. God bless.